I'm reporting here live from a remote location. I have received a letter, Dear Home, letter from World War II, in which a soldier tells his wife about his reaction from a letter he received informing him of his son's birth. It says in his reply, he returned from a mission, he had received the letter from his wife, he said, I quit breathing completely until the wonderful news unfolded, a son. Getting a letter was a time of joy. And for any soldier, receiving one was a major event. There was a lot of boredom, so soldiers spent time writing to their friends and family. And because they spent little time training to become a GI, the times are even harder for these soldiers, which is why they get so much joy and why it's so important for them to receive a letter.
We are here today to discuss how individuals have been affected by this war. Our guest with us is a soldier, ready to tell the world how some people are directly affected. Please welcome our guest. Howdy. I think everyone would like to hear about how difficult life is as a soldier. Can you tell us anything about your training process?
Well, first off, thanks for having me. So happy to be here. Sorry. Well, first off, I'd like to say it wasn't easy at all. The movies don't give them any credit. As someone who went through it, wasn't easy. We had to do drills in all kind of conditions to start it off with. I mean, there was one training that really stuck out to me most, and it was just this 106-degree day, and the weather was incredibly warm, like scorching hot, like 106 degrees. I probably could have fainted if I haven't done this multiple times over the course of weeks. But yeah, building up that tolerance really helped me.
That sounds difficult. It's amazing that you were able to cope with the heat and other conditions. Did you have any sort of semi-optimistic opportunities that you soldiers were granted?
Well, I was definitely able to meet a lot of new people, like a lot of new friends, from all over. I mean, the draft wasn't just from one specific area, it was from all over. Any boys from certain age groups. But yeah, I remember the first instance I heard a New England accent. Whoa, exotic to say the least. Not something like you and I have heard, to say the least.
Yeah. How about your confidence in your abilities? I'm sure it's difficult to feel prepared given the circumstances.
Well, let's be honest. How are you supposed to expect from a young age to get drafted into a war? You can't really prepare for that right off the bat. A lot of us didn't feel fully prepared at any given moment on the battle, on the field, off the field. Let's be honest. Like, I'm just giving you the real, but it was so hard to prepare for something so detrimental and dangerous at any given time. Like, especially given the new technologies that we even had during this war, still hard to prepare.
Well, I'm afraid that's all the time we have today. Thank you so much for speaking with me. I hope that you and your fellow soldiers make it out of this war. We thank you for your service, and if you'd exit... Alright. This war has had an effect on everyone. We must keep these stories and recollections in our minds, just as a reminder that even our protectors, as strong as they may be, have their own struggles.
I am reporting here live from a remote location. Our source a letter from a soldier has given us some inside information about how people have been affected by the war. In the letter, the soldier shed some light on the rationing of products.
I have saved my tobacco ration for the last 2 weeks and obtained a box of good American cigars. The soldiers also had to go through grueling instruction. The instruction included tent pitching, map reading, guard duty, sanitation, weapon care, and endless physical training. The use of rationing and the immense amount of physical exertion are not ideal circumstances for any person. Our soldiers had to endure it in order to protect our country.